Hey everybody, Melissa here, the Unlikely Hiker. Hope everyone's doing good today. I'm sitting here looking at this beautiful view. We're at Balm of Gilead Mountain, and of course I'm kind of getting pestered by bugs, and that's what we're going to talk about today. How to deal with bugs in the backcountry. So if you live in the north like me, most people consider hiking season to be spring, summer, fall. Fall is my favorite time to hike just because there's so few bugs. It's just you don't have to really deal with it. It's not as big of a concern as spring and summer. The black flies around here are thick enough and crazy enough that they can carry you away. Maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic on that, but it certainly does feel like that. So dealing with bugs while you're out here in the backcountry can be a struggle for a lot of people. Me personally, I've kind of learned to sort of just deal with it and kind of just, deal with it. If I want to get out and enjoy hiking and backpacking and camping, I got to figure out how to mitigate that. So I was just going to go over some basic ways that you might want to deal with that. I think when most people think about dealing with bugs in the backcountry, they think about a product like this, DEET. Now, I used to be a fan of DEET, and it does work, but the day it took my nail polish off, and this was like 15 years ago, that's the day I stopped using it. Yes, I have this. It's been sitting around my house forever. I've never actually used it, but I just decided one day I didn't really want to put this on my skin. And this is not friendly to technical fabrics. This will destroy them. Oh God, yeah, the flies are bad. This is picaridin. It's in a single-use packet. You could save it for a second application if you didn't use it all. This is going to be less harmful in my opinion. I still don't love using it, but when the bugs are exceptionally bad, I will pull this out and use it. It doesn't have a weird smell. It doesn't feel greasy on the skin or anything like that. It just feels like you're putting lotion on. You can get these single serve packets on Amazon, or if you prefer, you can get a bottle of it and then you can portion it out in something like this, which is just a little flat plastic travel size thing that I got at Walmart. In my opinion though, these are worth the price tag because it's so lightweight. This was something I found local. I did have a little tub of this years ago. It's called Bye Bye Black Fly. This does work a little bit, but black flies still laugh at it. It'll help with some of the bugs. I'm not exactly sure what's in here. Hold on, I'll tell you. Cedarwood oil, lemongrass oil, peppermint, clove oil, citronella oil, vegetable oil, and beeswax. So it's basically like a little bit of a deodorant stick. This is new. But so you just rub it on whatever you want. It helps, and this is just, in my opinion, a little bit nicer to use than chemicals. And of course, there's things like this, which is a DEET-free alternative. This one is labeled that it's for ticks. This basically has quite a bit of cedarwood oil in it, and I guess that's how it works. It says it's kid and pet friendly. Yeah, the words on here are so tiny. But you could also do an essential oil bug spray. You can Google it and make it at home. And this does have a pretty nice smell to it. Just like a light fragrance, nothing major. So those are all things that you can put on yourself to help keep the bugs away. Now, obviously, and this is one of my favorite things to do, is I treat the clothing that I'm going to backpack in. And I use Sawyer picaridin spray. And I basically take the outfits that I'm going to backpack in, like these sun shirts. I have a few of these, and I treat all of these, my shorts, my shoes, and whatever socks I'm gonna hike in. I keep those separate from the rest of my clothes generally. And I treat all of those clothes with the Sawyer insect repellent picaridin spray at least once a season. I do it in the spring, and if it's clothes that I wear quite a bit, it's usually good for like 6 to 10 washes or something like that. I will retreat again, but it's really important in the spring for me because of the ticks. I try and keep the ticks off of me, and just treating your shoes and socks is going to help with a lot of that. But I would recommend treating all of your clothes. And when the bugs are pretty bad, I even take this and put it up like this because it does help a little bit keep the bugs away. Another great method to use for the bugs when they're super bad is the bug head net. Now, as ridiculous as this looks, it does work so well. I've even had to wear this while sitting and having lunch and then eating underneath the netting. Anything to keep the bugs out of my mouth, right? In my opinion, these work better with a hat like this. Just because it keeps the netting off of the back of your neck, and that helps stop the bugs from biting the back of your neck right through the mesh, because there's really nothing stopping like a mosquito from landing on you and just biting you through the mesh. So this just gives you a little bit more protection, because the brim of the hat obviously keeps the netting away. Now, along with treating my clothing, I also do treat my hats like this. You could treat a bandana, or you could even treat a buff. Anything that's gonna help keep the bugs away from you. Once that keratin spray dries, it is completely safe to wear. And lastly is something that I picked up because the mosquitoes around me can be absolutely tragic, and it's the little portable thermocell for backpackers. Now, this uses just a regular little sheet that you slide inside, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually going right now because, yeah, the bugs were that bad that they were driving me crazy. So I turned this on, and lo and behold, this thing works. In my opinion, if you're camping and you know it's going to be heavy mosquitoes and you know there's not going to be much of a breeze, this thing is actually amazing. I would bring a second canister of gas if I had to, just to have this thing with me, because it got rid of the bugs. This doesn't work in wind, but if it's breezy out, the bugs are going to be less of an issue regardless. I know that Flextail also makes a product that's similar to this, but it's battery operated. And basically what it does is it just heats up the chemical that's on this little pad that you slide in, and then it just emits the chemical into the air, I guess. And that's how that works. So I'm breathing in chemicals. I never really thought about that till right now. Oh well. So I don't know if you can see, as this goes from blue to white, it's expending its chemical. So once this gets kind of light colored, or you can tell when it's new, it's a bluish color. And as it gets heated up, it turns paler blue or white. You also can just keep moving. That happened to me on Cranberry Lake 50 a handful of years ago. The bugs were so bad, I could not stop moving. I did 17 miles the first day, 24 miles the second day, and then the balance on the way out that last day. That is unbelievable for me. And this was years ago, before I lost weight and before I started hiking as much as I am now. So the fact that I did all of those miles, that's how bad the bugs were. They were horrific. Memorial Day weekend, the black flies and the mosquitoes, next level. So that's what I have for you today. Just a quick video about how to deal with bugs in the backcountry. What are your favorite ways to deal with bugs in the backcountry other than just ignoring it? I don't think that the bugs should be a reason to stop you from getting out there. And I know that there's more products out there than what I'm showing here. So what have you tried that works for you that maybe I didn't mention? I'd love to hear it down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.